31. I think that's what you do now.
Yeah.
And then I don't know whether this is something new to you or whether Trident do it, but we have a facility draw log. So it acts as a receipt for you guys and for us. So if you've got 5 drawers, say on the day we start, the patient's name should be on there, on here.
Oh,
Like a pink slip, right?
Yeah, and then the phlebotomist will check the requisition with the names on here, draw a line underneath and sign it. So that means basically if you ordered 5 labs, they're not just doing 4 and leaving 1. So, do you know what I mean? It's like a receipt. So
Oh,
it's,
okay,
it's a good
yeah.
idea
Write it
to
down.
fill that in.
So if you have,
It's a
so if you,
down.
if you have 5 people that day, you write down all their names here.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Write it
Yeah, we
down.
write it down.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
And then what kind of lab it is, whether they refuse or not. It's
Yeah.
for our
Well,
record and theirs
because
too.
if
And that coffee cup, I'm so
That's
sorry.
okay.
That coffee cup I'll throw away.
If it's a UTO unable to obtain, then we will send somebody back to do it. You don't have to call, okay? If it's a refusal, then you put it in the book. The phlebotomist will let the nurse know, and then you sign, and then we'll put it in the book for the next day. And we can do that 3 times, but on the 3rd refusal, you have to DC it and get a new order from the doctor.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
So-
And that's standard practice, really.
They come back 3 times?
Every day, like if there's a refusal this morning,
Yeah.
we'll come back and put it in the book for tomorrow. If they
okay.
refuse the next day, we'll put it in the book
okay,
for the
okay,
next
okay.
day. And then if they refuse on that 3rd day, then you have to DC the order and get a new order.
Do we have to change the date if they refuse or for that?
Well, you should. I mean, it's on the requisition. I'll show you that. You just scratch it out and put the next.
Put the next day.
Yeah, and the phlebotomist needs to have the nurse sign, so you're aware that there's a UTO or there is a refusal.
And then so the labs, they come in on a daily, Monday to
They're going
Friday.
to come Monday through Friday, but somewhere between 6 and 8 before breakfast.
0600 to
okay.
0800.
Yes. And
Okay.
it could be a little bit earlier, but it won't be 4 or 5 in the morning to wake your patients up, otherwise they'll be crying to you guys.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay?
And then all the weekend labs are gonna be stat.
Any weekend labs will be start, yes.
Labs, stat. Okay.
Okay, now if you have a stat or a time draw, okay, I highly recommend you use this QR code.
Okay.
Okay, because if you don't, you're going to have to fill out the requisition, fax it over, then call, and it's time consuming. And if somebody wants to scan that, I'll show you. It's so simple to use.
That's for stat labs.
Stat or time draws. Yes.
Scan it.
You scan it.
It's taking forever.
Oh. But 3 orange bars will come up. One says stat.
It came up with your Instagram account.
Ah.
Okay. See where it says stat?
Belinda.
Stat. You push stat.
Ah.
Put the patient information in. Scroll up. Hit submit.
Ah,
That's
easy.
it. Yeah, very easy. And then they will respond to you, and then they'll dispatch someone out.
Okay.
So it's easier for the nurses to do that than it is faxing a
Ah,
requisition.
Can we do that for just the regular lab? No, you can't.
My
That's just for
question,
stat.
my question is for routine. Do we have to get
I'll show you. I'm getting to that.
Oh,
Okay,
sorry.
so that's for your stats time draws. You can use it to get supplies, or you can fill out the supply order
supplies.
form, or you can text me, and my cell phone number is right there.
QR for the okay.
Okay.
Hold on. For the stat, we still gotta fill out the regular
You
form
still got to
stat,
have to
right?
fill out a requisition, but it's better than having to fax it over, then have to call to make sure you received it, because you know how time consuming that can be.
Yeah, it's very important, guys, to know that on the portal that they have is only for results.
It's for
We
results.
can't put
so-
orders in there. Everything is done by
yeah,
paper.
that's what I was.
Yeah.
So the good thing is that they're coming Monday through Friday anyway, right? So you fill out these forms, they're gonna come in and do them.
And I'll go over the requisition in just a minute for you. I've put 4 pages of ICD-10 codes for you.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so everything's laminated. You've got everything. Every common code that you'll need is here.
Hmm.
Okay.
Or you can Google it.
But, I've also
the fake Q.
I've also put a list of your critical values, because we call criticals. If anything's high or low, we're not going to call that, but we'll call criticals. We will get your name, and we will give you whoever's calling the critical value. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to come and show you how to go on the portal, but it is so simple. All you do is click the link that I will give you, and then you put in the username, and then you put in the password which John will give you, and then all your results will fall into the portal. If it's a special test and we have to send it out to say lab call, okay, and it's not going to automatically drop into where your other results will be, you click on attachments, and I'll show you. It's very easy. You just click on attachments and it will be there. Because it's an outside reference lab, they put it onto attachments. So that's that. You've got a supply order form if you need it. You can, as I said, you can fill that out, fax it. You can do it on your QR code, or you can text me.
Okay.
My cell phone number will be there. And while I'm on the subject of my cell phone, if you've got any issues, concerns, let me know. Text me, call me. The only time I don't answer is if I'm doing an in-service or in a QA meeting. But I would rather know than not know. If you let things go on and fester, then it gets to be a big problem. So any concerns, let me know. Okay? That's like the facility draw log. And I was just going to show you about point click care there. But we've also, there's your standing order form, if for routine orders. That will have to be filled out. I know it says doctor's signature, but it means patient, nurse signature or your signature, okay? And then the cut-off date is the 20th of every month. So if you've got anything before the 20th of August, you're gonna have to write your requisitions out. But if you get it into us prior to that, we'll make the routines for you.
Okay, very important, guys. Before the 1st of August, every requisition that we have in the lab from Trident, we have to transfer it over to this. Because we're going to start on the 1st. When they come in on the 1st, Trident is no longer here. So whatever you have in Trident book, it has to be switched over. So
You have forms there and everything. Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm
yeah,
just
let
getting
me
that.
know if we need to bring
Any
somebody
questions on the lab
in.
log?
If there's a lot in there, to help us out.
It's
Yeah, we just got here.
okay.
But we can ask. Thank
Okay.
you.
That's your lab log.
So if it's like a routine, every Monday,
Yeah, Monday,
Thursday, we have to make a Monday and Thursday paper.
You're
here.
going to have to do it until we pre-print your requisitions, because the cut-off date is the 20th, which is today for your month prior. So
Okay.
if you send it in to us as soon as possible on your order form, then we'll pre-print all your requisitions for routines.
I'm sorry, how do we do the routine again? We send it out to
I can find you.
the one the month.
Okay, there's a fax number.
Oh, you
fax
fax it over. Okay.
Just fax it over.
So routine, guys, just fax it over
Oh, okay.
Fill it in, fax it over
before the 20th.
before the 20th. If it's sooner than that, the better.
Of August?
Yes.
August? Okay.
Yes, excuse my back here. My cell phone, ladies, in case you didn't hear that, is in the book. Please let me know by text, call, email, whatever you want, if there's any concerns.
What do we do for stat labs? Do you have someone call?
I'll show you in a bit.
Yes.
Okay.
No, I would scan that QR code
With what?
with your cell phone.
With my cell phone?
Well, is there a station cell phone?
No.
No, that's why we were like,
No, we don't have that capability here yet. so.
Is there a website? There
We
should be a
use our
website,
cell
right?
phone.
There is a
Yeah,
website.
there's a
but
website
There's a
right there.
website, you can put it into your station.
Yeah.
oh, that's
PC?
Yeah, yeah.
better.
But you're not going to get a response because you haven't got an email. You know, when it's on your
It's,
phone,
it's
they'll
connected
respond.
to an email though. I think we have an email. in
Okay,
the-
then use your website.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then for stat labs,
for stat and time draws.
do we have to call to?
No, not if you use this.
What is, okay, and how do we know we're gonna get a response?
Well, if you haven't got a response within say 20, 30 minutes, then just give them a quick call. But
Okay.
so far, everybody's responding to it. Okay.
Or it never fails to just call anyway too, right? You can always call as well.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to call, but that's the simplest way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, your
But
requisitions.
here we have the fax number, so it's easier.
Yeah.
The same one, right?
You've got a fax number, you've got a phone number,
Yeah.
you've got the web portal.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You just fax the routine one.
Yes.
Is that for the next day? If I have a bunch of labs tonight for tomorrow, then I'll fax them
No, that's not
for
routine.
tomorrow?
You don't need to do
No,
anything
that's
because they come in every day,
We're gonna
Monday to
come in
Friday.
every day.
Oh, they
Yeah.
come in every day?
Yes, I'm just getting to that right now.
Okay.
Monday to Friday.
Monday through Friday.
Yes,
How about
and
the
weekends
weekend?
it starts.
In the
Weekends it starts, yes,
Okay.
before
Six to
8,
eight, yeah.
between 6 and 8. So we catch any fastings, okay? Your requisitions, don't switch with any other departments because this is for skilled, AC and MC,
Does it indicate that on there, Linda?
right there.
Still,
Sniff.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
that's fine. So if somebody comes in and tries to borrow sniff,
No.
guys,
Don't
because
do
they
that.
ran out,
Oh, okay.
it's gonna come.
Yeah.
The result is gonna come to us. I think we did that with Trident a few times.
Yeah, don't do that because
So
you're
don't
getting
let them borrow.
Yeah. Okay. All the information that you can think of, put on here. Doctor information, patient information, ICD-10 code, and the phlebotomist will probably ask for a copy of the face sheet because everybody's writing is different. So if we've got a copy of the face sheet, the billing can have that information. On the bottom right-hand corner where it says molecular, okay, we do molecular testing. We can do urines by PCR, which takes 24 hours to result. We've got one swab, and I'll show you them. I brought you, they're called Beaver swabs, red tops. You can use one swab for COVID, SRV, the RSV, sorry, I always get that tongue twister, and influenza. And you know after next month you'll be going into flu season again, sadly. So this swab here is a Beaver swab, PCR.
Oh, okay.
So it's for one. All of those three, it's multiple.
We use one for all the three tests.
Yes, yes. I have put you some urine cups, and I'll get you some more. I have put you some wound culture swabs if you need them in there, okay? But don't use the red PCR swabs for a regular wound.
The urine, the molecular urine is the same collection
No, the
No, it's
urine
different.
goes in the cup.
with the molecular.
Okay, if you want it done by PCR, okay, put the urine in the cup like a regular specimen. Where it says molecular, just check mark off urine panel.
Okay, and is there a price difference between that?
Well, there is, but they bill it to insurance.
Okay, does everybody know the difference between molecular and regular labs, right? It's the molecular is very specific, and
DNA testing,
especially
basically.
if you have somebody that's very difficult when you have UTI. If you want to go molecular, you certainly has that option right there.
Yeah.
We've never had that option before, so
And we do it for wound and we do it for respiratory. I don't recommend you do it for respiratory because they don't pay very well on it, and that will come back to the facility. But certainly wound or urine.
yeah. Anybody has recurrent UTI and you're just like, man, I can't treat that. We keep putting antibiotics, it's not working.
Yeah,
Do
it's
molecular.
very,
Okay, do molecular. Yeah.
So it's
very
treatable
specific.
And it's not treatable urine.
Okay, so where it says UTI panel and ABR if indicated, that's just the antibiotic resistant panel we send with it, okay? So that's under molecular. Any special orders, there's a small box that you can write the special orders in, but I mean, it's very small, or it was there.
And you guys do
then.
vancomycin,
Yes,
troughs and all that.
yes,
you
your
know,
time draws, you
and-
can use your QR code
and,
for or call,
yeah,
whatever.
and like dilantin levels and things like
Yes.
that. We got a few seizure patients.
Yes.
Have seizure medications. So
And the phlebotomist will sign the bottom of this and leave you a copy.
So we need a face sheet with every county phlebotomist.
Yeah, if you
whether
can-
it was routine or stat, need a face, just a face sheet with everyone.
Preferably,
So-
yes. You know. And if you, when you do a urine specimen, could you please just make sure the information on the requisition matches on here, okay? Otherwise,
I throw it away.
yeah, and it asks you for a C time, which is collection time.
Yeah.
Because you know urine time's out. I always tell the phlebs to always treat urine as a stat. Basically, we don't charge stat, but I tell them that because you know if you draw a urine this afternoon, it can't wait really till tomorrow, and by the time it gets to the lab, it's timed out.
Yeah.
So I always tell them, if you call in a urine, go and pick it up, or our couriers will go and pick it up.
If we have, let's say you came in already in the morning, and then we have a urine collection in the afternoon,
Just
should we just call it in?
Just call it in.
So that's
I
a
would-
stat then, right?
Otherwise, no.
The collection is not stat. Okay,
No,
you guys
I-
heard that, right?
I tell the flebs or the couriers to go and pick it up. I tell them to treat it as a stat because of a urine. It's times out so quickly. You know, that's the
So
reason I
we
do.
call we call your lab and say, hey, you know what, we have a urine pickup. They'll pick it up right away.
Yeah, well, we'll pick it up in a couple of hours. You
Within
know,
a couple
we have
hours.
couriers. We have a hub in Mira Mesa, and we have couriers going back and forth to Laguna every 2 to 3 hours.
Well, that's
Okay.
good. Nice.
So guys, I know that they come in every day. If it's a Monday or Tuesday or whatever, and you did it in the afternoon, just call it in. They'll pick it up. What if it's a Friday, and then you think it is a Friday in the middle of the night, right? And you do a correct collection,
Like 10 o'clock
and
at
then
night,
and then
yeah,
Saturday
yeah.
morning comes around. What
Well,
do you
we'll
do?
come and pick it up. We've got
Is
flights
it-
on for basically 24/7.
It's not stat still,
Oh, so good, of course.
right? Oh, okay, all right.
Okay, we have a video here.
While on your way picking up the urine, can you buy me something from McDonald's?
Is there any questions on these requisitions? They're pretty straightforward. Just don't borrow
No.
from
Yeah.
another department.
How often you
When it gets down to about this, order more. You know, it's better to have more than.
How long it takes to be delivered, or you guys?
24 to 48
Oh,
hours.
okay.
That's good.
Yeah, like I've got a real good guy up there. If I need anything and I email him in the morning, he'll have it put up and sent to the hub
Awesome.
the same day, and then they'll deliver it the next
Okay,
day.
good to know. Yeah.
Yeah, but don't let your supplies get low. I can tell right away he hasn't sent me enough urine cups. There's probably just 12 there, but I'll get you some more.
What happened if a test is not on here?
Right,
Just
in
let
the
us
special
check.
Good right
order
now.
box.
Oh, we put it right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we put it because the pepper level's not in here.
And that will be a send out, Kempra.
Okay, because we have a patient on Kemper and then Pat.
Okay.
And we do.
That will go to LabCorp.
Usually every few
We
months.
don't test Kepra in-house because it's so.
Yeah.
Okay. Why-
Yeah.
yeah, why-
Did you have questions on this book?
Add it here.
No.
No, and the two ladies at the end, they were late coming in, I was just wondering. Your ICD-10 codes are in there, did you hear that? Yes, those. Your supply order form, if you need it's in there. My cell phone's in there. Everything you need is in there. And I will be back on Tuesday because I'm going to do Mary's assisted living.
Okay.
And then I will come back the following Monday, the day before you start, to make sure your requisitions are in the book, show you how to use the portal.
So she'll be here Monday and Tuesday we start. If you guys have questions or whatnot.
Monday, Tuesday.
Okay.
And if you think of anything between now and I'll be back on Tuesday over at the AL, so I can easy stop in here.
Any questions about anything? The results for X-ray, is that different?
Oh, the X-ray. I'm glad you brought that up. She had to go up to Central California. The X-ray company is called Synergy, and she will be back with me on Tuesday. They operate very simple. You know, lab's always complicated. So the X-ray, all you do is fax over the doctor's order and the face sheet. No requisition.
How about venous gobblers? We do them
Yeah,
frequently.
They have
Same
those
thing,
too. Yes.
and EKGs.
Yeah, and I'll have, when I come back on Tuesday,
Yeah.
Hilda will be with me and I'll have her
Okay.
stop in to talk to you, to bring you a binder. It's only a small binder, but I'll have her bring that in.
Besides EKG, you guys do echoes or no?
Yes,
Echoes too?
In-house echoes? Because we typically send our people.
Yeah, that's why.
let me say I'm 90% sure I'll confirm that with
Yeah,
X-ray.
because that way we
That's
can
nice,
save
right?
to send that resident out instead.
Okay, let me double check that. I've said yes and I'll probably flap my jaws.
It's okay. We put it on your plate.
Okay, we've got a centrifuge there, which is going to be where, did you say, John?
It's gonna be in the storage room, but they're working in the storage room right now.
Where's the storage room? At the station?
Just over the same place over here where the old centrifuge is
Well,
at.
I don't know
Oh,
where
just
that
around the corner over here.
Okay.
Just kind of like there's an office over here that they're working on. Yeah,
Just give her the long way.
yeah,
The tour. We'll give her the tour.
yeah.
Okay, just so I
But
can
I'm gonna take that in my office
Yes,
first.
just
Yeah.
so I can tell the Fleb where it is, that's all.
Yeah.
the phlebotomy manager might come back with me on Tuesday just
Okay.
to have a look around because she's never been around here.
Yeah.
So it's a good idea for her to know where the MC is and the Alpha is.
Okay. Yeah. Like I said, the office, the room is just kind of like around the nursing station, right connected to the nursing station.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
Yeah.
So Linda, you said results are available online. Do you also fax to us?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Everything's faxed.
Fax and online.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Don't ever swap requisitions because each department I've given a different fax number to. So if you borrow from the memory care, that's where your results will go to.
So
So
everything will be faxed to us.
Yeah.
Even if something's abnormal, they'll give us a call and tell them.
if it's critical, yes.
They'll call
Yes.
us still
Yes.
and they'll fax it.
Yes.
Do we need a login? We'll need a login to get online.
Yes, and I'm gonna the login, the temporary password will go to John.
Okay.
And then usually when you click onto the link, the username will be his first initial and last name, and then there'll be a simple password which you all have.
Okay.
And then all your results will
Okay.
just, anything that's sent out to LabCorp, you click on attachments. Because that's, as a reference lab, it's not connected directly to us, they put it as an attachment. But I'll show you on the Monday before, the 31st.
Okay.
Very, very simple to use, the portal.
Oh, good. That's nice. Yeah, that's nice.
It's got to be simple for me.
Yeah.
I do not like computers very much. But I must say, I've learned how to use PCC now, and that was, you know,
We all learn how to use them.
Yeah, you
because
have
we
to, don't you?
right?
Yeah.
You have to go with the
yeah.
the flow.
So do you want to keep this in
Technology
your
is
office
advancing.
until